Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and it is here, the Christmas update, and they've added something super cool this time around, and that is a mechanic to give you essentially gotcha loot, saddles, armors, weapons, and dinos even. And you just have to follow a few specific rules and you can get some really good loot out of this. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I will go ahead and show you how to do that real quick. If you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel and for some more awesome Ark content. So anyways, what is this basically? So you have to have a fireplace, and with the fireplace now during the update, you will have a saddle, armor, weapon, and dino note that you can send to Santa. All of them have the same exact thing. Essentially what you have to do is you have to make sure you're tucked away in a bed near a holiday tree, and then when Santa arrives at 12 o'clock, he's going to give you something from that class that you requested. So class of armor, class of weapon, class of dino, or class of saddle. And that is essentially how it works. Now, when you do request whatever you're working on, I'm just going to request a dino, right? So you can see Raptor Claus has received your letter. You can only do one per day, so you can't do more than one. And you can only send it between certain hours. So just be aware of that. 2 a.m. to like 10 p.m. I think is the hours you can send it. So once it's done that, so basically all we need to do at this point in time is once we've requested that, right? And we know that we can't request it anymore. You now have an indicator in the bottom of your screen. It says neutral right now. So there are things you can do with this in order to raise or lower this bar, right? I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly how to do that. It's not that difficult, actually. So in order to raise the bar and be super nice, you essentially have to go around the map killing things that would be otherwise aggressive. And then in order to lower it, I'll show you that in just a second. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some Mega Rexes. Now, the higher level thing that you kill for this, it seems that the overall points you get are better. So basically killing higher level things, so this is obviously the best you can do. Alpha Rex level 150 would be the best unofficial, and by killing them you're going to change your bar, so it's just about dead. Oh my goodness, come on now, come on, we should be just about there. Thank you. Maybe, come on. Oh my goodness, there we go. So you can see that my bar is going up, right? So I'm going to go ahead and kind of like pause the screen right there, so just so you can see it. So that right there is your bar. In order to increase that bar, you just need to continue to do exactly what I just said, right? So doesn't seem to matter too much, and I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that. If I spawn in a level 1 Alpha Rex, just for comparison to see how much the bar goes up, right? I just want to hit this guy a couple of times and he will die. You will see it goes up a pretty large chunk. So basically when I say you want to kill things that are of higher aggression levels, if that makes sense. So things like T-Rexes, Giganotosauruses, Alphas. Alphas give you the highest chunk from what I found. So I can essentially sit here and just spawn a bunch of these in, and then I'll go ahead and, you know, let's just do it this way. But basically we can kill these things and we'll continue to raise our bar. You can see that my bar now says I'm slightly nice. The highest you can reach is super nice. So I've gotten to quite nice at this point in time. And now I'm almost at the next step. I am at very nice. And then now I've gotten to super nice, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick snippet of that. And essentially what that means is now we are at the highest level we can go. Even if I was to go ahead and spawn something in and try and kill it, right? I can't get any higher than that. See where it says that was nice in the middle of my screen? So this is the highest we can go. Now, in order to actually use this, what you need to do is basically just at 12 o'clock when Santa comes in server, sorry, I'm so excited to see Santa. I'm going to set it to 2350. You need to make sure two things happen. One, you need to be near a tree, and two, you need to be laying in bed. If you are laying in bed near a tree when Santa comes at 2400, so that is obviously, you can see it up there. Go ahead and drop all inventory. What's going to happen is that he is going to spawn in on the tree for you a lovely cryopod in order to give you some awesome loot. Now, it seems to be the case that around 10 minutes after 2400 is when the actual loot gets spawned in. Somewhere right around 10 minutes in game. It not real lifetime. It's like give or take 15-20 seconds, right? So just keep an eye on the tree and you'll see it poof in here in just a second, right around 10. So it's at 1 second right now. And once we hit 10, that's kind of what we're aiming for. and it's going to base it off of the niceness that you hit. So because I am super nice, I'm going to get the best overall loot. You can see that that cryopod just dropped in. Raptor Cause has delivered me a gift, and it's right around 5 o'clock, right? So you can see that I've got a juvenile spider. Now, obviously that's not perfect, but it gives me something to use, right? So that's a sweet little dino. Now, it is totally random, just so you guys know. So I could get a spider one time. I don't have a cryo fridge nearby, but make sure you have that. And last time I got an Ichthyornis, and it's just completely random what you get. Now, just to give you a comparison, I'm going to go ahead and do something like, let's go with a saddle, because saddles can be very useful. They're very expensive, and some of them are very, very good. And basically, you can see that he received my letter, just like we did last time. I'm going to go ahead and spawn in some of those level 1 Alpha Rexes and become super nice again. And then we're going to go ahead and repeat exactly what we just said, right? So let's go ahead and do this and then just get like 6 of them in here. And then we're going to go ahead and break out our sword and then start chomping on some of these things. Now, once we're doing this again, you can see that bar on the bottom of my screen start to go up, and we want that at super nice, and then we're good to go. I will also show you in this video what happens when you are super naughty. It's kind of funny. It literally trolls, the game literally trolls you. It's almost funny how it works. All right, we're at super nice, and we have capped it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and drop all of this. And then we're going to go ahead and go up here, and then we'll go back to exactly where we just were, right? So we're going to go ahead and set the time again. We're going to make it 23:50, and we're going to go ahead and lay down in the bed. And then again, Santa Claus is going to show up, and he is going to place that thing under the tree. Now, it's going to happen again, just like I said, anywhere from 5 to 10-ish. It seems to be the case where he'll drop those things. On official servers, this is going to cause some lag, so be aware of that. Yeah, so right now you can see super nice, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a screenshot of that real quick. Boom, good to go. And he will show up at the exact same time every single night for you, just to give you that loot that you desperately want, right? So we are at 59, and now he technically shows up, and we're just going to wait for him. And 1, 2, 3, maybe I was a little bit behind on that one, but then basically that tick is going to show up, and he's going to roll by and drop us off some lovely loot. There it is, and we have dropped a present underneath the Christmas tree. Pretty freaking easy, right? So yeah, I mean, you can't really complain about that. Like, look at this. I mean, I get to sit here and I get to have Christmas presents for me from Santa. Super happy me. But anyways, I'll go ahead and show you the saddle, right? So it is a saddle. It's a primitive Tyrannus saddle. Now, obviously, it's not broken, but it's a free way to get loot every single day. Now, you can get armor, weapons, and again, that's not a bad saddle. Tyrannus is a high-level saddle, so especially if you're a lower-level person, that is a very helpful thing, right? So that is how that works, and you can get weapons. I mean, obviously, you can do all of this. So what happens if I was to try and get something, right? And that something was the opposite. So if I was to go ahead and set the time again to the middle of the day, and I want to make, let's go with armor this time, right? Now we've sent our letter out. We can just wait here and just have a neutral and then get whatever we get. But we can also, if I go ahead and show you how to do this next part, this is how you become super naughty. And it's going to actually make something hilarious happen. I'm not going to tell you what, just so you can be surprised in game with what actually happens. But let's go ahead and spawn in some of these guys. Now, essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in a bunch of Brontos, and then I'm going to make them all babies, because when you kill babies, it's not a good thing. So in Ark, it is the same way. They don't want you to do that. So in order to prevent you from doing that, they make it super naughty, and it's just a terrible thing to do. But if you want to find out what actually happens, this is what happens when you do the naughty. I know that sounds awful. So you can see that I have gone ahead and done the naughty things. If I hit H, you can see that was naughty, and it's very naughty. He's dropping me on the scale rather rapidly. It doesn't seem to matter whether or not it's any specific dino. A baby dino across the board is going to give you that negative buff. So you can see that we've gone ahead and we've almost hit super naughty. We're at quite naughty. We're at very naughty now, probably. Oh, no, not quite. Almost there. Let's go ahead and do a few more. And Thought I'd be able to get that one. I guess not. Thank you. And maybe one more after this guy and we should be there, right? Super naughty. How are we? One away, game. All right, so now we should hit super naughty. All right, so now we are super naughty. And yeah, you can see that that's not a great thing. We don't want to do that. And I'll show you why you don't want to do that, because it's kind of funny, actually. Let's go ahead and go over here and then go ahead and set the time and do everything like we're supposed to, right? I'm going to warn you, this is going to be a little bit startling because that's just how it works. Let's go ahead and set this to like 59, right? All right, so 59. And we're going to wait for Santa Claus. And once Santa Claus shows up, basically, we're going to be laying in our bed. And the last time I had this happen, I had Arthroplura spawn in inside of my base at level 1 and basically almost kill everything that I had. Now, obviously, that's not a good thing. They also poop on you, which is kind of funny. And I guess I'll just pretend, right, like I'm being shocked for the first time. But kind of fun. Oh, my goodness, so funny. Oh, they spawned in Capros this time. What in the heck? That's just evil. Oh man, hi. Oh gosh. Oh, I didn't realize they spawned in Capros. That's kind of funny. Yeah, so they spawn that inside of your base, and let's go ahead and drop my entire loot here. And then the funny thing is you get spoiled meat, 2 large animal feces, some coal, and a crop plot. Obviously, that's not what you want out of this. You want to be able to stay on the good side so you can get the good stuff. But that is exactly how to explain and what to do with the fireplace and how to get good and bad loot. So hopefully this video helps you out and hopefully explains it nice and good for you. But other than that, Teach,